The reason that many women, not all, but perhaps most even, are working is not just economic, especially in
brain dead, empty, no thought, no think. There is a tiny kitten running around in here like a little hamster wheel. The majority of the reason women work is not economic. What the fuck? Right here. Just his brain is like a little cat toy, and there's just a little kitten just tearing it to shreds in there.
Certainly in the upper class, upper middle class, and even part of the middle class. It is because they believe that their self-worth derives more from work than it does from family.
Not even remotely true. I think this is like a boogeyman invented by fascists. They've been saying this for like 100 years. The idea that like the majority of women are just like all career, they don't care about relationships, is completely fake and made up. It's their fear. It's what they fear. They want women to be completely dependent on them. So the idea that women might have any priority other than like family or relationship is terrifying to them. The reality is that for most people, the top priority is either their family or what they can do to have a family. People who prioritize career on a first principle are not common. Most people who prioritize their career generally do so because they believe it can give them the money to have a better life for their family, right? Historically, that's how it's been, right? It's like, well, why does dad work such long hours at the office? Well, the reason he does is because he hopes to get a promotion so that he can, like, you know, go on family vacations with you guys or whatever. Like, historically, the reason guys are career-driven is because our economy forces them to be, in order for them to be able to afford the provisions that are a part of the, like, sort of Americana tradition. So that's one. Second of all, the idea that middle-class women have a choice in whether or not to work is insane. Go to any middle-class neighborhood, you cannot afford a house on one income unless, you know, the dad is like genuinely wealthy or like has a really, really, really good job. But if you talk about like median income USA, so this is per person, median income $31,000 per year. This is nothing. This is less than nothing. This is equal to $5. That's how the math works. Before tax? Well, tax wouldn't take that much out of this, but yes. What is the average rent in LA? And before you do this, oh, just move thing, please do keep in mind that Los Angeles has millions of people, and if all the poor people moved out of LA, there would literally be no one to do the jobs that poor people do, and the city would collapse. You can't, like, and people are like, well, why don't these cities that require an enormous amount of labor and infrastructural upkeep simply just vacate their poor population? I'm sure San Francisco can exist entirely with its software coders. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sure. The average rent for an apartment in Los Angeles is $2,734, which, if you extrapolate that out to 12 months a year, is about this income. Congrats, you spend 100% of your income on rent. Obviously, the median income in the in Los Angeles is going to be higher than the median income in the US. So maybe if I look median income Los Angeles, it'll be quite a bit higher, I imagine. Nope, it was lower. Never mind. Okay, so if you take the average rent cost in Los Angeles and the average median income in Los Angeles, you have the average person, sort of the perfectly spherical, no friction human being in Los Angeles, spends more than 100% of their money on rent. No taxes paid, assume nothing else, no eating, no utilities, just, yeah. The idea, I'm looking at the medians right now. The idea that women are choosing to work because they want to be the She-Hulk girl boss is insane. Insane.
If a girl got up in a high school or college class, let's say a professor or a teacher said, so...
Would the mean be a better predictor? Nah, mean gets skewed by the outliers. Median's generally what people use when trying to get like a general look. Keep in mind, the average LA resident does not literally pay more than 100% on rent, because that's not possible. That's more than 100% of the money they have. Though we do live in a credit economy. I'm just trying to point out that, like, we do not live in an environment where, like, middle class women are just flippantly deciding to get jobs for the funsies.
Women, I mean, to the extent that they can now say that, because you can't say boys and girls in many elementary schools, because we're told by your side that sex is not binary. But let's say they say, we'd like the women in this class please stand up and tell us what your vision for your life is. If a girl got up in a college class and said, you know, to be honest, my greatest hope in life is for a good marriage and to make a family, she would be regarded as almost a freak.
Would she? I mean, what is that based on? Yes, what evidence do you have to back?
Okay, first of all, the answer is none, Anna. Second of all, I think a lot of people would find that kind of cute. Third of all, I think that the curiosity then would be why she's in college. Because if her highest aspiration is a relationship, you know, she should be like doing Kegels or like, I don't know, putting like, I don't know, like Kegel balls in her pussy with a weight hanging out and doing like squats or something. I don't know. What do trophy wives like prepare for? I have no idea. Not to say you can't like get a college degree and then be like a family lady or whatever. That's totally fine, totally valid, you know. It would be an interesting response. I don't think people would be that like negative about it.
I live in the real world.
So do I.
There is, okay.
Okay. It's just what evidence do you of like 8,000-year-old man who lives in a box lined with $100 bills or sort of a vampire's coffin? What do you know about modern college students? I live in the real world.
Okay, and you believe that if a girl got up and said that, she would be regarded with the same respect as the girl who said, I'd like to be a physicist?
I actually think, yeah. Honest to God, like, people feel so alienated right now socially that I genuinely think people would like find that like a good step. Because, okay, dude, like, you can literally find this, okay? Go on social media right now. Go find all of the Gen Z and like young Gen Xers who are typing up shitposts, okay? How many viral tweets have you seen where women are saying, gotta be honest, don't really care about love or a family, just really love working, girl boss nails? When was the last time you saw one of those go viral? As compared to the other thing that actually does happen, which is chicks saying, I don't want to work. Please don't make me work. I'll literally be like a dog to a man if it gets me out of working. I don't want to work. I will do literally anything. I just want to suck dick and like watch TV shows and take care of children. Please, God, make me pregnant. That's the shit that gets viral. Literally, right? Like, you guys agree with this, correct? There is not a popular sentiment among young people right now for idealizing work. Young people have a near unprecedented disrespect for work, which is good.
You think that a girl who got up in a college class and said, my most fervent dream is to have a happy marriage and a family will be...
First of all, in college classes, you don't stand up and tell the class what your most fervent dream is. What is he... Does he think like college classes are just like fancier middle school? I didn't do that in high school either. When did you guys do that in college? I didn't do that in college. At no point, I was asked like my name. I was never told like, now in the class, everyone stand up and tell us what you want to do most of all. What? Maybe in high school, but I associate that with like elementary or secondary school. Not secondary, middle school. We were asked our name, major, and a fun fact, nothing about fervent dreams. Yeah, okay, I do remember that. Yeah, name, major, and like one fun fact for the class. You know, I remember that happening a couple of times, yeah. Though I do, so I'll admit, I do think it would be weird if one chick got up and she was like, you know, hello, my name is Anastasia. I'm a physics major, and my fun fact about me is that I'm desperate to be bred. I really want to be bred. I want litters of children, and I just want to spend my whole life taking care of them. And then she sat down. That would be strange. However, that would make some of the guys in there hard, and that's the opposite of disapproval. So, I don't know.
So you're just declaring, you're making up stories about how women are treated in the classroom, and we're just supposed to buy it? Okay.
We're each giving the perception of reality that we have. Not every perception of reality has a database. Otherwise, you're...
Literally, just, I made it the fuck up. That's just what he's saying. He's just saying, I made it the fuck up. That's all he's saying right now.
I love men.